I honored my husband by completing all of his pre-planned fall media tour. The devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it.
Just when everyone thought Erika Kirk couldn't possibly get any stranger, she went and did something that left people speechless. She actually rebuilt the same tent where Charlie lost his life at AM Fest, turning it into a photo op spot where people could snap selfies like it was some kind of theme park attraction. If that sounds disturbing, that's because it absolutely is. Insiders say Charlie's sister Mary was furious when she saw it. She said this clearly wasn't about remembering Charlie, it was about turning his death into a twisted show for attention and cash. And here's the wildest part. That turning point tent has stayed standing longer than Charlie's real crime scene ever did.
People are posting their selfies in the Charlie Kirk death booth that they set up at the TPUSA conference, and they're tagging him in it. Because that's what I want to do, is I want to smile for a selfie in a recreation of a book where someone was assassinated.
The real site was torn down and rebuilt in record time before anyone could even start asking the real questions. None of this feels normal, not even close. But it gets even stranger. The whole AM Fest this year gave off these creepy, ritual-like vibes that nobody could ignore once they noticed. Erika showed up again under flashing lights and wild pyrotechnics, smiling like nothing had happened. Triangles, swirling pentagrams, strange symbols, everywhere. And in the center, a shadowy figure that gave people chills. Then came Ben Shapiro taking shots at Christians, calling them charlatans and conspiracy theorists. Right after that, Nicki Minaj popped up out of nowhere with a totally bizarre performance, while Erika made sly comments hinting at her so-called grift.
The devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good.
And even dropping strange remarks that made people think she knew more about Charlie's death than she should have. None of it felt random. It all seemed planned. Now people are saying the whole AM Fest 2025 scene looked more like a secret Masonic ritual than a political event. So here's where it gets serious. New reports are flying around that Charlie's sister Mary was completely shaken and disturbed by Erika's stunt. One insider even claimed Mary believes it wasn't an accident at all, that Erika was mocking Charlie's memory on purpose. The insider also revealed that Erika and her sister-in-law barely talk anymore, and that Erika seems totally cut off from Charlie's family. Once you actually dig into what went down at AM Fest, the visuals, the setup, the whole vibe, it starts looking less like some random coincidence and more like something deliberate, something meant to shock. And honestly, Charlie's sister isn't wrong. It really did feel like they were mocking Charlie and his tragic death right out in the open. First off, that replica tent where Charlie lost his life, it wasn't just a set piece, it was a full-blown attraction. And the wildest part? Erika personally signed off on it. They didn't just rebuild the tent, they added a ring light and encouraged people to take selfies beside pictures of Charlie. It felt twisted, like grief turned into a publicity stunt. And right next to that tent, a merch stand. Because nothing says I care like making money off tragedy. The whole setup screamed hypocrisy, like turning heartbreak into a business. People were furious. Social media exploded with outrage, calling Erika out for making Charlie's death into a sideshow while cashing in on it. One user on X wrote, "How was Erika Kirk even able to be anywhere near this? How was she able to be okay with this even being there if she's so destroyed about his murder that she's constantly crying still? How did this not drop her to the floor in sobs? This is sick and she's just performing." Another person added, "I couldn't believe this was real. So I checked it myself. It's 100% real. Nothing screams healing like taking a ring-lit selfie inside a tent built to mimic a murder scene. You couldn't make this up if you tried." Between that and Erika's strange stage moments, it's clear someone needs to tell TPUSA that none of this is normal. Now let's talk about Erika's bizarre performance at AM Fest. It was packed with moments so odd that the whole thing came off like a mockery of everything Charli ever believed in. For real, picture this. Charli once said Nicki Minaj was a bad role model.
Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on, I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls.
And then at AM Fest, there's Erika beaming and saying,
I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord.
I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord. The contradiction was wild, but that wasn't even the weirdest part. During her speech, Erika slipped up in the strangest way.
More once he was assassinated.
She said, once he was assassinated, while talking about Charli, the word once hit people the wrong way. It sounded like she was describing something expected, like something she knew was coming. That choice of words made the whole crowd uneasy. Now sure, that one phrase doesn't prove Erika had any prior knowledge of what happened, but it definitely raised eyebrows. Maybe it's just how she talks, but even her biggest supporters couldn't ignore how off it felt. And get this, it wasn't the only time she made a slip like that at AM Fest. There was also that wild moment when Erika slipped up big time. She accidentally said grift instead of grit while talking about Charli's dedication.
Caleb has persisted with the same gift. Grit. It has been a long day.
She was honoring a student named Caleb when it happened, and right after, she laughed it off, blaming it on being tired after a long day. But the internet didn't let that slide, not for a second. The clip exploded on X, and people instantly labeled it the greatest Freudian slip of all time. Commenters started asking, at what point does a word slip stop being an accident? To many, that one word didn't sound like a mistake. It sounded like the mask finally slipped. But believe it or not, things only got darker from there. A growing number of people said AM Fest had this chilling, ritual-like energy, sinister even. They noticed all kinds of eerie visuals, sharp, glowing triangles, swirling pentagram-style patterns, and a dark, shadowy figure floating in the center of the stage design. It looked straight out of some secret ritual. And then Erika's speech hit the crowd. We are gonna crank the volume all the way up.
We're going to crank the volume all the way up. One of the most powerful words in the English language is the word no. Look at the turning point events that get bigger and bigger and larger every year. No one is above the law. Because America is not a place. America is a people. America is a country. America is a nation. Welcome to the Second American Revolution.
One of the most powerful words in the English language is the word no. Look at turning point events getting bigger and bigger every year. No one is above the law. Because America is not a place. America is a people. America is a country. America is a nation. Welcome to the Second American Revolution. Now, zoom in on that black figure shown at the start of the promo video. What was that even supposed to represent? For a group that claims to stand for Christian values, the imagery just didn't match up. None of it did. If TPUSA is supposed to represent faith and morality, why did it look like the complete opposite? And it doesn't stop there. Viewers also pointed out that the AM Fest logo featured 33 stars, a number that carries deep symbolic meaning in Freemasonry. And remember how Kash Patel kept repeating that Charli's alleged shooter was caught in 33 hours?
Suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise.
In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charli.
Dr. Patel, there's been so many conspiracy theories swirling around about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Do you have any updates for us, especially in light of all the online content that everyone's been talking about?
The only thing we deal with at the FBI and the Department of Justice is facts. And we delivered in record speed a manhunt to capture Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin in 33 hours.
The number pattern sent conspiracy boards into overdrive. Like seriously, why did Kash Patel keep repeating 33 hours over and over again? And get this, TPUSA is now bragging that exactly 33,000 people attended AM Fest. That's 3 33s in a row. Once you line everything up, the replica tent, Erika's strange word slips, the creepy stage visuals, and that dark symbolic imagery, it starts looking less like a tribute and more like something meant to mock Charlie instead of honor him. People online can't stop talking about it. One person on X wrote, "It doesn't get more morbid than recreating the tent he was assassinated in at AM Fest for photo ops. If this were a murder mystery, you'd have every clue. Ritualistic symbols, a shrine reliving the moment of power over the victim's memory, and a setup that taunts the crowd to find the killer. It's all there." Then another user chimed in, "They killed him, and this is a humiliation ritual." It's dark, it's disturbing, and it's got everyone asking the same question: what really happened behind the scenes of AM Fest 2025? Because when you connect the dots, the whole thing starts to look like a performance built on secrets. What do you think? Is all this just coincidence, or is there something deeper hiding in plain sight? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to see it, and don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns like this.